With 16 major islands and hundreds of islets, the Bahamas derives its appeal from its stunning beaches and the Caribbean sea views. The country's beaches run the gamut from bustling Cable Beach to Pig Beach and Pink Sand Beach, both of which derive their names from their most unique characteristics. Now, after enjoying the Caribbean sun, explore the Bahamas' expansive protected areas, including Lucayan National Park. Just plan on sticking to one or two islands though to avoid blowing your vacation budget or transportation costs. There are roughly 700 islands that make up the Bahamas lure millions of visitors this paradise's white sandy shores. Duty-free shops, fishing and scuba diving excursions, and luxurious accommodations each year. Families that flock here tend to indulge in the diversions of Atlantis, Paradise Island, and other mega resorts. But this diverse island chain also offers a range of activities away from the hotel zone. Nature enthusiasts can explore pristine protected areas like the Leon Levy Native Plant Preserve and Lucayan National Park on Grand Bahama Island, or take it easy at one of the country's many beaches or private islands. The Bahamas is number one in best family vacations in the Caribbean, number one in best beaches in the Caribbean, number three in best beaches in the world, number three in best destination wedding spots in the Caribbean, number five in best summer family vacations, number five in best places to visit in December, number 7 in best winter family vacations, number 8 in best places to visit in the Caribbean, number 9 in best spring break destinations for families, number 14 in best Caribbean honeymoon destinations, number 16 in best islands in the world, number 9 in best spring break destinations. Best hotels in the Bahamas. Number 1, Kamala McKay. Number 2, the Ocean Club at Four Seasons Resort Bahamas. And number 3, the Rosewood Baha Mar Hotel. What about the best things to do in the Bahamas? Number 1, Aquaventure at Atlantis, Paradise Island. Number 2, Blue Lagoon Island. Number 3, Cable Beach in Nassau. The best time to visit the Bahamas is from mid-December to mid-April, the country's peak season, that is. Though temperatures here are great year-round, they rarely dip below 60 degrees. The islands fall within the hurricane belt, remember that. So hurricanes may be a factor between June 1 and November 30, the Atlantic hurricane season. Most of these months, plus May, also fall within the region's rainy season, which can leave you with fewer days spent enjoying the island's outdoor activities. Now keep in mind that mid-December to mid-April's sublime weather attracts hordes of tourists. So prices will be at their highest and crowds at their thickest during these months. How to save money in the Bahamas? Now, book packages. Always remember that. Booking package tours, flights, hotels, transportation, and other travel details all at once. It will give you the best discounts overall. Now, island hopping via seaplanes and water taxis is very expensive. So, choose the island that's most interesting to you and stay there. Resorts and hotels will be your biggest expense once you get to the islands. If you want to save up to 60% on your accommodations, consider visiting outside of winter. Eat Bahamian food, skip the expensive resort restaurants, and head to local eateries for a more authentic experience. Don't miss out on the Johnny cakes, deep fried conch fritters, and the Bahamian rock lobster. Bahamians are very laid back and friendly, of course, and they rarely rush, so follow their lead and relax. You're on island time. Bahamians are modest, especially older generations, so be sure to cover up as soon as you head off the beach. Bahamians are friendly, warm, and relaxed people. They are known to be very welcoming and are happy to educate visitors about the islands. Many of the island's residents were descendants of West African slaves, while some others emigrated here from England in the 16th century. It's these two cultures that have shaped the larger Bahamian culture that exists today. Jankuno is the yearly festival that celebrates Bahamian culture to its fullest. Although the exact history of Jankuno is unknown, rumor has it that a West African tribe chief wanted to hold an event to celebrate his people despite being under enslavement. Now, the festival started out comparatively modest, but has grown to include elaborate dance routines, lively music, and colorful costumes. The main event takes place between the day after Christmas and New Year's Day each year, but an additional celebration occurs every summer. The Bahamian dollar's value is equal to the US dollar, and both currencies are widely accepted throughout the country. If you do not decide to use the local currency, keep in mind that vendors will give you change in Bahamian dollars, not US dollars. Most restaurants and bars automatically add gratuity of about 15% to bills. But if there is no gratuity fee, 15% is considered standard among all service workers. Like US currency, credit cards are widely expected. The Bahamas Tourism Board suggests bringing some cash if you decide to explore the more remote out islands. Atlantis, Paradise Island, Sandals, Emerald Bay, and other upscale Bahamian hotels and resorts offer a number of restaurants, but these establishments don't predominantly serve Bahamian fare, and dishes are often pricey. To eat well like residents, you'll have to venture outside the hotel district. The islands are renowned for their Johnny cakes, a sweet cake-like bread, and peas and rice, a side dish that combines rice and pigeon peas. But seafood is prominent on most restaurant menus. Local staples include boiled and fried grouper, conch served in chowder as a raw salad and in deep fried fritters, and broiled and steamed rock lobster. Sweet treats like guava duff, a guava-filled pastry topped with rum or brandy butter sauce, and rum cake, a cake that is topped with a delectable rum sauce, are also available at many eateries. Visitors will find highly regarded restaurants on many Bahamian islands, but travelers say some of the country's best cuisine is offered at casual pubs and bars on New Providence Island, Grand Bahama Island. A few local favorites include Pirate Republic Brewing and the Bearded Calm Sports Bar in Nassau, Rum Runners Bar, and the Conch Man in Freeport, and Buddha Snack Shack and Sandbar Bar and Grill in Spanish Wells. For a more upscale experience, diners suggest checking out Nassau's Café Matisse and Freeport's Flying Fish. Various beers, wines, and spirits are served throughout the Bahamas, but no visit will be complete without trying out the country's rum. New Providence Island's John Watling's distillery is considered one of the country's best places to sample the liquor and learn more about the rum making process. And unlike the US, the drinking age here is 18. The crime rate is high on many Bahamian islands, especially on New Providence, Paradise, and Grand Bahama Islands. Sexual assault and armed robberies have been reported in the over-the-hill area, which starts south of Shirley Street in downtown Nassau. These types of crimes, however, don't tend to occur in tourist areas, though sexual assaults have occurred against tourists who have used jet ski operators on Paradise and New Province Islands. It's important to know that commercial recreational watercraft, including tours, are not regularly regulated, so boats or water sports equipment may not be up to date. Now, regardless of where you will be staying on the island, it's still a good idea to keep your belongings safe. Leave valuables in your hotel room and stay alert at all times. The best way to get around the Bahamas is by car, whether that's a rental or taxi. If you're staying at a big resort and plan to remain on site for the majority of your trip, then taking a taxi to off-site attractions is more cost-effective than shelling out money for a rental. Rideshare apps like Uber and Lyft are not available here in the Bahamas. On the flip side, if you are looking to do a lot of sightseeing beyond your accommodations, renting a car will be more convenient and budget-friendly. There is public transportation, jitney buses, available on some of the islands, but they have garnered a reputation of not being the most reliable, which could put a wrench in your plans, especially if you have a set itinerary for your trip. The island's biggest airports are Nassau's Lindell-Pindling International Airport, that's the LPIA, Grand Bahama International Airport, that's the FPO, and Exuma International Airport, that's the GGT. If you're looking to travel between Bahamian islands, there are a handful of domestic airlines available that can service your inter-island needs. And in some out islands, you can also simply island hop by boat to get to your destination. A valid passport and proof of your departure date are required for all citizens of the United States traveling to the Bahamas by air or by sea. If you travel on a cruise that departs from and returns to a U.S. port, any Western Hemisphere travel initiative document, such as a passport card or a U.S. military identification card, is accepted as proof of identity. However, bringing a passport is strongly advised in case of an unforeseen emergency. You won't need a visa for stays lasting less than 90 days here in the Bahamas.